Hello, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing an unexplained phenomena of an artifact that was found that to this day, as far as I know, hasn't been explained. And I think it would be very difficult to explain because you have an item that is literally out of time, out of place for the time period. Let me elaborate. This item is the London Hammer. It was discovered in June of 1936. And this is an iron hammer embedded in rock. And the rock tests out to be 140 million years old. So this wasn't where the rock was melted and then they put the hammer in and then they, or it wasn't just and then covered over. No, this was 140 million years ago. Somebody had a hammer and stuck it in the rock. Let me elaborate here. It was discovered by Frank and Emma Hahn. This is my understanding, if I understand it correctly. The wood handle, they had purchased this property and then they found the hammer afterward. The wood handle is partially coalified, which means it was being petrified. And the head of the hammer is 96.6% iron, 0.74% sulfur, and 2.6% chlorine. This chemical combination, as I understand it, is far in advance of anything we can do today. So we couldn't make that hammerhead today. The hammerhead is rust-free. As a matter of fact, the Hans, their son, used a file to score the head for a sample so they could test the metal. After 76 years, because this was done 76 years ago. Okay. After 76 years, that area is still rust-free. So apparently that metal doesn't rust. It'll collect all kinds of grime and gunk and stuff on it, but it didn't rust. This hammer completely shatters the archaeological timeline as we know it. Either our ancestors knew things that we don't know about forging, and that's not even right to say that either, because the earth, the rock that this hammer was embedded in is 140 million years old. There were no human beings on the planet at that time. There was hardly any life forms on the planet at that time. So either there were humans back there who made that thing, or somebody in the future has developed time travel. I don't see any other way around it, unless it was some aliens came down and left it. You see what I'm saying? Aliens who used a hammer. My point is, this hammer is completely out of time. It's out of place at the time that it was that it was buried. And I can't think of a way to explain this. There is no explanation for this that I'm aware of. The people, the Hans, they bought it, the land, they found the hammer, the sun scored it, it's not rusting, it hasn't rusted in 140 million years, and the rock wasn't disturbed. Nobody had, it was literally embedded in the rock. The hammerhead was in the rock. It wasn't laying next to the rock, it was in the rock, embedded. They had to chip the rock away to get the hammer out. Yeah. There's nothing about this that's normal. It shouldn't exist. There is no way for this to exist. I don't even know why you could fake that. Honestly, if it's a hoax, buddy, that's a hell of a hoax. That's all I'm saying. You can look this stuff up online. Look up the London Hammer. I think they did a bit on it, as I recall, in the Ancient Aliens TV series as well. And they still can't explain it. But if you get a chance to check it out, look up the London Hammer, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's freaky. Unexplained phenomena. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.